hear the voice of reason.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You should wake up to that every day. When you wake up and the higher power is giving you another chance to get up and get out there, you should wake up to the sound of applause, because it's a victory for sure to be able to get up every day that you have. Welcome to another edition of Tell It How It Is, No Filter. In case you didn't know, Voice of Reason here. It's going to jump right in. Now, I have things scheduled here, but something came to my mind right as I hit the record button. And I'm going to address this to fellas. You can't fumble somebody if you are solid. Sounds simple. Sounds like duh. But you can't fumble somebody if you were solid. Fellas, I don't want to start off on this foot to say even women who weren't solid may still have this mindset. But women are on it. They are definitely listening to this like, duh, isn't that the obvious? But I want to tap in with my guys, because even though we know that, we still get affected by the situation as if we don't know it. Because how we feeling in the moment, or in moments, or in whatever time frame it takes to get past it, that is furthest from our feelings and actions. May play it off though. I don't expect guys to really get, mushy over it in public view. Or in a people's view. But inside, deep down, yeah, sting. But I just wanted to start off with that. That's not on schedule here, because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. You know what I mean? Especially my go-getters, my hustlers. I say it all the time. If you got a lot of energy for things that help you survive, things that help you accomplish, it's going to be the same in that scenario of somebody you chose to be solid with. And to expose us a little bit, ladies, we don't be solid a lot. A lot of us can't vouch. It's like free throw percentage if you know basketball, right? So Shaq had one of the worst free throw percentages, right? Steph Curry, Nowinski, these guys had great free throw percentage, 90% and better. There's some women, I think more women are in the 90s with that being solid. Maybe I'm praising them too much. It is Women's Month. But it's very rare a guy has that type of percentage for his life of being solid with a female. We got like the Shaq numbers at the free throw line, maybe lower. And I'm not pointing nobody out or putting nobody on blast. Fellas, I'm with you. That's me too. I can't brag about my percentage always being 90 for my life. Nah. But that's the issue. And I've said this again. A lot of this is repetitive and you're going to see, but we're just taking it from different perspectives because I'm really trying to drive the message home. Like, I'm going to keep being this. And you never know. We don't get to see behind the scenes who this is really helping and who this affects in a good way. So even if some things are repetitive, they didn't see it. I highly doubt, and that's not to downplay my fucking work ethic and how dedicated I am to this, but I don't have everybody catching all these episodes anyway. And that's not even nothing like pity or I feel bad about that. Like, It is what it is. I'm not doing the buffoonery and the messy, toxic shit that we see on TV and social media to get the constant attention minute by minute, hour by hour when it's fuck shit. Whenever you're doing something that's really intellectual and really might hit and might affect us in a good way, that gets watched the least. So I'm going to keep going because I always knew that. You know what I mean? Like, higher power is good. If I'm able to get to where Ratchet TV is from being positive or somewhat, at least mostly positive, then I'm just happy with that. But I knew coming in, this wasn't going to just shoot out overnight. This is too conscious. So anyway, women that lock in, they just do it more often. Now, the thing is, there's a backwards effect here. If we want to even the odds out, women may turn out to not, have this high percentage and be that G about it, because if they were keeping it solid and people fumbled them numerous times, they may not care about the stats no more. So if you come across a lady who's not on point and she fumble you, not every case, but I'm gonna say that she got fumbled too much and now she just fucking around to fuck around. She's like disconnected from that. You know what I mean? Some are built stronger than others. Some it may take a half a dozen relationships to a dozen. I won't say a dozen. I'll say half a dozen. Half a dozen relationships before women go, you know what? Fuck this. And some women after 2, fuck this. Either way, I'm giving them a little praise that they handle it better. Because guys, ain't no half a dozen. Half a dozen. And the half of a dozen. We do solid. We may do solid twice in a row. 3rd time's damn near a miracle. 4th time, he's the second coming of Christ. I don't see it. And that don't mean he won't get back to it. So the guys that can't spin the block on being solid the 2nd and 3rd time, it's because of the break and the healing that's needed. If they take their time, they can still build that stat. But if they're not taking their time and they just pew, it ain't gonna look good. It's just not. So, moral of the story with that is, you can't fumble somebody you were solid with. If we can just implement that almost immediately when the shit go left, we would heal faster. We still gonna feel away. We still gonna go through our shit. But that is a gem for sure, because I don't think you be realizing there's nothing you could fucking do. Like, if you did everything in your power humanly, what you tripping off of? Easier said than done. But I mean, you kind of got to address it that way. You're going to be miserable for a minute. It hurt. I repeat that again. It's not going to be easy. Some ain't built. Even hearing this and taking this and implementing it, some are still going to struggle. For sure. But you can get through. All right. I get enough attention, offer me intention. That's so deep that I am going to Google. Let's use Google and give you a definition, right? Because I want to be straight up with y'all on this. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a break. Attention. I want you to really lock in because we know what it is, right? But no device. Notice taken of someone or something. The regarding of someone or something as interesting or important. Got that? Intention. I type good. Intention is idea that you plan or intend to carry out. If you mean something, it's an intention. Your goal, purpose, or aim is your intention. It's something you mean to do, whether you pull it off or not. I'm off that. Got it? Attention, intention. So I feel a woman made this comment. Fair enough. I hear you, sis. But I want both of us, both sexes, to embrace this. Fellas especially. But gotta be voice of reason. I know guys in slumps, barely noticed, really struggling in the dating pool. So this is gonna be hard for them if somebody gives them attention. And there's some women like that too, been out the loop. I don't feel as bad because I really feel women are the gatekeeper of attention. So whether they notice the attention they get, whether they react to the attention they get, whether they in a mental stable place, it will always be available. It's not too far away. It's for them to finagle and figure out when, why, how, who. Guys, I think, and it don't really have a start and end date of age. If guys are not socially accepted, if they're not alpha, if they're not successful, if they don't got swag, there is something that they must have. They don't have to have everything, but it's something that a guy must find that is a strong point and show it to the world in some way to maintain any attention. Otherwise, he will rarely or never get attention, which means he can never practice this offer me attention, because the attention that he doesn't get is going to excite the fuck out of him. He's just going to be happy he was noticed. Kind of something I said before too about how often do men get complimented by women randomly. How many DMs do men got of women calling them handsome or king? That's not a celebrity. That's not in the public eye, A-list. Just regular Joe Schmoes. But that was already discussed. My thing is, this is very good to practice. Very good, fellas. I might be not giving the credit. I might not be giving the credit to the men. They may know and practice this already. You may not need me to tell you this. You know what I mean? Especially when you get to a certain age. But I just thought it was dope because we battle back and forth, fellas. Like, we do like attention, though. It shouldn't be our all, but we do. Especially, again, when we know we got something going on or a couple of things going on, period. Like, just the way we carry ourselves, And I had to guess, shout out to Shay, women know in 2 seconds, right? So that's kind of pressure, because if a woman, for every woman I've ever, let's say I'm just walking and I come across, or in a restaurant, or in an establishment, or on my way to work, or on my way from work, or from the gym. I'm just saying anywhere. If it comes to my mind, the conversation, it's like, what did that one do with her 2 seconds? So, you know what I mean? We crave that all day. That shit is dopamine again. I use that word a lot. Women and men, there's no harm in that. You want to know you popping ever so often or whenever you know what I mean? It's a mental note. Some of us carry it further than that and, want to capitalize off of every energy thrown their way that looks like attention. And that's the point of this. Get intention, not attention. I don't like to talk about people with disabilities in any type of negative way, but if we could be Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles for a second, they're both men and women, and now we interact. I'm not trying to mimic it. Just mess with me. Rock with me on this. You couldn't use this. You can't use this. Now choose who you would be with, who you would give a chance to. What else? What else? Because I can't use this. I can't use this. So I got to use this. We could get real. Let's get creative. Got to use this. Got to use it. Smell like. We could get grown. What you taste like. Anyway, I was getting a little too crazy right there. Pardon me. Viewer discretion is advised. That's what I'm talking about, though. Like the intention. You can't use the regular shit that we use day to day to chase and run down what we think we need and want. Intention should be what you need and want. That's it. There's really nothing else to say about this. I was on it long enough. All right, rock on. No woman is hard to get. She is not interested in you. A woman who is interested in you will break every rule to be with you. Move on. It kind of piggybacks the solid. You can't fumble if you were solid, but if you ain't even get a chance, I guess you could still say, because I'm solid, oh well. And even if you can't use that, if you never got the shot, how much should it affect you anyway? I feel you. For my guys that got stories where they played, you was almost in there or y'all might have got it going and then it either just suddenly stopped or because, women got options. I don't want to, listen. Do everybody do this? No. I say what I say from what I seen and what I seen my guys go through. So don't get in your feelings. I always be saying that. Settle down. Women got options. My other homie, you know who you is. It's a gentleman's game. That's his phrase. They want to seek the highest contender sometimes. What is my best option? No disrespect. Survival is a must. It's twisted because, online they battle with the whole women with kids shouldn't be taken serious. They're recreational use only in most cases. They talk very reckless, right? I never was really hard up on that pause about, okay, if they got kids, clearly, that's an issue. But survival. So women without kids or kids, don't matter, got that survival trait mentality. So they want the best they can get for their buck. Bang for their buck. Men don't operate like this enough. Or maybe that's starting trouble. Am I stirring the pot? Should men say, I want the bang for my buck? Absolutely. What do we base that off of? Shit we can prove. Most of the cases. I work, right? I keep it clean, right? All right. I get in that gym. Yeah, I might be cheating with some of these products that look this Negro-ish. Vaseline, oil, deodorant, the necessities that we use every day, brush of the teeth, breath fresh. I want the bang for my buck because I take care of myself and I take care of my responsibilities. So why settle? So go after that then. But when it gets to this, she's not interested. A lot of things come together. 2 seconds. Didn't I just say that? 2 seconds. She can't determine if y'all are gonna be lifelong partners. But those 2 seconds were spent. How were they spent? Bottom line, move on, fellas. You can chase a little. You can read vibes. When, sometimes what you want won't be easy. And there's that window of, I get it. You're not just going to fall in my arms. I understand. I do. But It goes back to the last thing. Intention. A woman that's just taking her time, weighing her options, can still expressively show enough interest to keep you entertained. Sorry to make it sound like that. That sounds fucked up. But she knows what energy to use if she don't really want you to exit stage left. All of them. They know the energy they must display if they don't want you to go all the way left. So if you're not getting that energy, it's a rappington. I just made that up. It's a rap, bro. Like, don't stress yourself out. Feel me? It's just not popping like that. Getting rid of your roster. Who's it harder for, guys or gals? Does that depend on how many? Fellas, when it's time to give someone a shot, that's on your schedule, on your timing, right? I'm pretty sure there's some people that you're going to have that talk. I want you to be a little more direct and subtle. In general, before I cause controversy, in general, subtle, yet to the point. Just because that's the right thing to do. We're not out here intentionally trying to shut people down or shatter them. And, you know, I'm speaking from a perfect world maybe because people don't give a fuck. Let me just not sugarcoat it. Nobody gives a fuck. They're going to move on their timing no matter who it affects, how it affects them. But I'm just going to try to talk sense into you knuckleheads. Subtle, but to the point. And the controversy I say I'll cause is women won't like this. But for my guys, especially if you've been fumbled a lot, you also want to let them down subtle and direct in case you're ever single again. And to get your shit back up, pause, you can hit these people because things didn't end rocky. Now, I'll challenge that to say that that shouldn't be the most important reason or that shouldn't stick out in your mind because whatever you're about to take serious, that's going to go the long haul, right? We're going in with positive energies, going the distance, and the higher power is going to help us. That's how you should think. Being voice of reason, though, everybody ain't going to make it. Let's cut the bullshit. But you still got to practice good habits to give it a chance. That's all. And this whole thing ties together again. If you were solid and it didn't work. But either way, subtle to the point. So now let's go to who's it harder for. It's definitely harder for guys. I'm not even debating this with y'all. Ladies, I hear y'all. You can't say that. Well, it depends. That's case scenarios. I'm not hearing it. It is harder for guys. If you wasn't serious and you were just dating and having fun, ladies, and you had Ray, TJ, Lamont, whatever. I'm just freestyling names. But if you had this roster going and nobody was your boyfriend and you were just handpicking selectively when you choose to deal with them, right? And then you got to go tell them, nah, I'm off the market. I'm going to put y'all on ice. Yeah. Initially, they be like, damn, Man, that was a good thing right there. I ain't really have to do too much, and I was still getting it like I was doing too much. Or whatever the dialogue would be to themselves about the fact that they just got curved politely. No matter how abruptly a woman deads her roster, if she needs to do her roster again and go back to that mode, everybody not gonna be butthurt. She could have handled them all foul, like you're dead. 5 dudes, you're dead. When she spin the block, all 5 of them is not dubbing her. But if a guy tells 5 girls on his roster, you're dead, I don't see him getting back none of them unless they are some desperate hens. I ain't gonna use too foul of a word. Those are some desperate hens. Because women are powerful. Cause you not even on the relationship tip. Y'all not even there. They feel like probably, yo, we letting you get away with murder. You getting the milk for free. And you gonna say you ain't thirsty no more? Nigga, you will never get milk again. You better go drink water. Excuse me. So, it ain't the same. And don't try to play in my face about that. Pause. But, shout out, PD Papers. He hates that pause shit. If he ever watches. He tell me he be watching. My bag. I know you hate that shit. Hit the notification bell right now. Share, comment, like, subscribe. I randomly say that throughout the episode. I need you locked in. Leave comments, share, spread the word, man. Voice of Reason NF, man. I'm going to be here. So, there's no debate there, ladies, and I'm sorry. I'm not open to suggestions about that. You could dead dudes in the worst way. Somebody going to spin the block if you like, yo, come handle this. They probably tell you about it after. Talk shit right there for a few minutes about it. But if he available, he pulling up. All right, let's close out strong. It's not about celibacy for men. Just control yourself. Horniness. The weather's changing. It doesn't really go back to the example I was giving about the sight. Like, if you can't see, now what? But let's say you don't use sex at all. You say, I'm putting sex to the side and not letting it decide who I'm going to give a shot to. Sounds ridiculous, don't it? Sounds almost asinine. Voice of Reason, what the hell are you talking about? Not use sex at all in my partner selecting. Are you dumb? Did you try it though? Do you know how effective that could be? Is it easy? Fuck no. Excuse my French, because some things need that aggressiveness of a word. Fuck no. Hell no. Out of the question in most cases. But let's just say you could. Ain't that something to be like, wow, I done impressed myself, my horny ass. Nah, but anyway, it wasn't really about that. I was just fucking with y'all. I mean, if you can though, that's something. That's an achievement for you. I look at that like a motherfucker randomly getting up and running a 2K marathon. May not really correlate, but nah. When you don't lead with that, I mean, you just get more clues and more signs when you don't lead with that. Because I said it in the last joint. A lot don't have nothing to offer, but they physical. How much do we watch? Be honest, fellas. How much do we watch a well-dressed woman, most of her clothes on, sitting there and really being an influencer? Shout out E-Money, Eyebrows Iced Coffee. Tap into that channel. How often are we sitting watching those women and really like enjoying it and gearing towards that mostly? No, we open our phones, the chick shaking her ass, the chick half naked twerking, the chicks half naked fighting, the chicks, I don't know, eating ice cream or something real sensually. Like, these are the things that get our attention. And listen, do what you do. Like, I'm not saying like these things are not for you to be ashamed of and sit here and go never do it again. I'm just saying, if you take away the sexualized part of things, the scary part is some may just be fucked up forever. Like, they'll never get in a relationship. I said this, a lot of things gonna be repetitive. I don't know how many episodes you'd have to go find this. I said there was an episode of a show that used to come on either Showtime or HBO, like them pimps or like them guys that paid for escorts, right? There was a guy so detached from dating and interacting organically with women that he just paid for that and that's it. And there's like barely any dialogue. And that's the scariness about the world, because I think if a lot of guys could afford that and it was safer and more available, that they would just pay. Because the dating pool, as much as women want to say is scary and it's changed, it's the same for men who not, in their rare form. You ain't got it going on. You go to a dating site and the guy don't got shit going for him. What the fuck is he going to put on there that's enticing? Unless he lie. What women gonna put on there? It could be a lie, but you see their lie is visual lie. So a visual lie works better than a verbal one, because a guy could say, I got three businesses, 4 yachts, and he could just Google yachts and pretend that that's his yacht. That's doing a lot. And he full of shit. But a female, body done or not, if she start twerking, or she got pictures on her dating thingy of her in just boy shorts or real sensual shit, even if she ain't got shit going on, live with her parents, work at McDonald's, she's still gonna get more attention than the dude who ain't got shit to offer other than make up shit because he know he don't got nothing to offer. So it's spooky on both sides. So fellas, do what you do. I know that word celibacy just makes niggas skin crawl. Like, me get none? For how long? For how long I can't get none? For how long you think I ain't gonna get none? Stop it, 5. But at least set it to the side and say, if you thought outside of that, in the moment, because, go back to rosters. You could be searching for your partner. Talking to the guys before I get out of here. You could have a roster, but you trying to see who you want to fuck with. Like, all right, I'm ready to see what's good. You got your roster. So now, if none of them is a candidate, you meet somebody new and they all right. Check them out for real. Chop it and chill for real. Go easy on that, because you got your roster when you need to scratch an itch. A little controversy today. But it helps. But the real tall way, voice of reason, back and forth between voice of reason and the other guy. If you could do that without that, is even more dope. I think there's possibility of it feeling more rewarding. I said this in episode 2 about getting your shit together before the relationship, meaning like not leading with that, not being a horn dog, not having a roster. If you could go cold turkey and then just meet someone and give that a fair shot, no distractions, and then it take off, that I would say that's more rewarding if you can do that. But I gotta be real, like there's guys that we just can't function. We allow it to not let us function. Like a certain time cannot pass. You know what I mean? And that could get in the way of some real shit. It could. Unless niggas is not being honest. We not being 100 Negroes. We not being 100. We just kind of just doing us. And we feel because if nobody's my partner, it hasn't been labeled, solidified, What does it matter what I'm doing? You wish you could say that. We could have that group chat with the guys, but a female, that's not going to sit right with her if she has real interest on you. And if she cares about her fucking body, cares about, you know, her flower garden. To be as, you know, I can't be dirty talking the whole episode. I mean, I can. It's my fucking platform and it ain't for kids. There's a section when you upload the episode that says, no, this is not for kids. So I can say what I want. But I try to be voice of reason. Anyway, that is not entertaining or attractive for them because they want you to, if they're the right one, like take it like this, guys. If they really are solid and they really could do something for your life positively, it's like that's the investment, because you think you're going to just luck out like that and be able to shimmy your way through shit. Like, you can for a long time. People get away with murder for a long time. But I'm just saying, just like healthy, like clean and blessings that you want to last. Like, you ain't got to be religious. I'm just saying, you got to know there's a higher power and there's like blessings based on how you move. So you could do what you want and the world is going to be the world and the game is the game. And I ain't no perfect person sitting here like I got it all locked and nobody can't sniff around ever to see past shit or whatever shit you want to try to refresh or re-bring up to try to dirty me. I get it. I get it. You haven't seen this greatness before. I get it. But we could still have a mindset that's like, let me just try to get better each day or view things better or approach things better, approach things different day to day at my own pace for my own success. It's not to keep up. It's not to impress nobody. You wildin'. Timeless, life haunted. But you doing this for you and testing out how it makes you feel all around. A lot of our moods, our behaviors are based on lack of happiness. But why is there that lack of happiness? Ask yourself. Why is that there? Honestly, you could say material. We could say the shit on the surface, but it's deeper than that. And if you could really tap in and start to question that and change up some things, you might feel a little better about yourself. And that's the whole point. So the only reason I sit here, it helps me too. So I hope it's helping y'all because it's helping me. Until the next time, you know my 3 Ps. Stay positive, stay pushing, and stay progressive. Peace.